Yeah, I'ma need it. Yeah, yeah, I'ma need it. Yeah, yeah, I'ma need it. Yeah, go. Yeah, I'ma need two bad bitches from the go.
What's going on, everybody? I'm looking over here. How you doing? My name is Tim Stainrod, and this is the first ever episode of Light Up Sports, hosted by Mr. Jared Williams, produced by Mr. Jared Williams, thought of by Mr. Jared Williams. So we have to give a shout out to Mr. Jared Williams, who is shyly smiling right now in the back of the camera. It's hilarious. Anyways, with me today, the legend of Norwalk himself, Mr. T-Mac. His real name is Tyler Shular. Now everybody calls him T-Mac because why do they call you T-Mac?
When
I've always wanted to know.
when I was little, I guess the famous basketball player Tracy McGrady, we had similar games as I was growing up and
Mhm.
playing. So somebody just randomly was like, "I'm gonna call you T Mac." So I guess that's just how the name became.
And do you know who that person was or remember?
Uh,
Because that person is famous, I tell you.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Uh-uh.
I see.
I don't remember.
Don't remember. Well, anyways, that person is a legend, an unsung hero in Norwalk for naming this man T-Mac. That's all people know him as. Some people don't even know his real name. But anyways, that's really his name. But since we're on your earliest memories, man, I know he used to play in TMT basketball, AAU. So talk about that, man. How was your experience in TMT?
It was pretty fun. We had a lot of fun trips. Always had good times. We went a lot of places. We went to Atlanta for tournaments. We went to Georgia.
Uh-huh.
We went to Massachusetts. We had a couple tournaments in Connecticut too.
Mm-hmm.
We went all over the place. Too many places I can't even remember. I remember going to Washington D.C., seeing the White House and all of that with all my teammates.
Uh, yeah, I remember they went everywhere, man. It was you. Let me see, John Boykin,
Yeah.
Chris Daniel,
Yep.
Corey,
Lamar.
CJ Langley. Was he on
Yep.
there?
CJ.
CJ
Tate.
Tate, yeah, Tate with a booper.
Yep. Booper.
Booper.
Takari.
That's crazy.
Uh. Who else?
Yeah, I think that was
We had Dark Kim. We had
Dark Kim.
Rara.
You did have Dark Kim. So all these are all Nog boys that we grew up with, man. That's crazy. What age was this about?
It was probably, I want to say we started in elementary school. I
Okay.
think it was elementary, and then from there we just always playing on teams going up into middle school and then to high school.
Word. Okay, and a lot of people also know his brother Vaughn, who's also a known ball player in Norwalk. So talk about Vaughn. He's about what, 2 years younger than you? 1 year?
Yeah, two and a half,
Two and a
two and a
half?
half years younger than me.
So talk about that. How was competition with him or playing with him?
Growing up playing with him, it was always fun because whether we played against each other or with each other, we always had a competitive edge.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he was beating me in a one-on-one, I'll be mad, vice versa.
Yeah.
We will always want to beat each other, and we always want to make each other better.
Mm-hmm.
So always have fun, just mad fun times. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I remember y'all used to play JBA together. Y'all on the same team then?
JBA, I don't remember. Nah, probably not because he was a
He
little
was a
younger.
little
So
younger.
he played on the younger teams, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys had similar games too, like similar body structures. So like the smoothness, but the lengthiness like that you guys had. You guys both kind of shared that. So
yeah.
that's dope, man. That's dope. So since you grew up in Norwalk and you got a little older past AAU, you started playing in like, collegiate sports, like actual middle school and high school. Like talk about that experience. Like how was that? Like
Um,
how was that life? Like we'll start with middle school. How was that growing up
Middle
playing with
school,
Lowton?
it was. I don't know. I didn't really take it as serious. I just went to play,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew my cousin was on my team, Jonathan Boykin,
Word,
and it was
word.
just us two. So he was like, "Man, since it was just us two, he was like, we about to just rock out. Ain't nobody else was good on the team, so we just had to do what it do."
Word, word. That's what's up. And then as you went on to McMahon, how was that?
McMahon, it was a little more different because then I was like, nah, I really want to actually play ball more.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to try to make this a thing and make it more serious. But I had a fun experience in high school. Um, I was trying to play varsity my freshman year, but
Mm-hmm.
it didn't look like it was gonna happen. So I had to get my skills up, build myself to get stronger, get my agility up, my
Yeah, yeah.
stamina, get all of that better, because they were stronger and faster than me. So I knew I had
Word.
to, if I wanted to play and compete at that level, I had to prepare myself.
And then too, like it's high school, so you're combining ponus and roten. You
Yeah,
know, so like it's a little harder to get on the team more so than it would be like at roten, right?
yeah,
Word. So that's
yeah.
that's
Because
what's up.
you got to worry about more students, and it's a
Yeah.
bigger body in the school. So
Word. But you met a lot of new people though, like on like just making that transition, like from a middle school to high school.
yeah, met a
Word,
lot
word.
of new people. That's how I basically. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel you though. That's usually how a lot of people met each other though. I think that's really how I like high school is really where me I kind of met you more
Yeah,
so.
that's where you just meet the people you actually wouldn't even think that they're gonna be in your life
Uh-huh.
later on, and you realize, oh shoot, like I would never have thought like we would have some type of connection, or we would like do something later on in life to like be successful.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Life is funny.
Nah, it is crazy.
It is funny, man. All right, so I'll keep it rolling here. So, as far as well, okay, because that's so you said high school is really where you started taking it serious and everything. Like, was there a realization that you could actually like go somewhere with this? Like, you could go to college for this, potentially go to the NBA for this. Like,
Uh,
was there a moment?
I'll say probably when I was a junior.
A junior, okay.
Yeah, I was like, man, I could actually really do this. But really, what really kind of actually gave me my confidence a little bit is when I was a sophomore,
Mm-hmm.
and Coach Maurice he had brought me up to varsity and let me play like a couple minutes.
Mm.
And once I got in the game, I'm like, it's nothing much different. They just bigger, faster, and
Yeah.
stronger. It's still basketball at the end of the day. As long as you could do what you do, go at your own pace, and play how you normally play, and don't shy from nothing you normally don't do, you should be straight.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace, Coach Mo, man. Shout out to
Yeah,
Coach Mo,
definitely rest
man.
in peace.
I never played with him, but he was my security guard at McMahon. Everybody knows him. You know what I mean? So shout out to Mo.
Definitely
You
shout
know,
out, big shout out.
big shout out, man. You touched a lot of lives, man. So but that's what's up. So I know you you had a as you started getting older, you know, you started looking at colleges and it's like the realization came like if I'm gonna have to do it, I'm gonna have to be a student athlete. So like tell me how you did, or at least like your early stages of college now, started balancing out school with your basketball.
Um, well, I knew if I wanted to play basketball, I had to keep a certain GPA.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did. I maintained a GPA. I should have probably maintained a higher GPA than what I maintained, but I maintained the GPA that was doable. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't below average. It was average.
Man.
I did what I did to get by, but I just wanted to play ball. So I knew that if I really wanted to play, I had to keep my grades up. So that's what I did.
Word, word. I know, man. It's hard making that transition. But my boy, I knew a boy that played football for Rutgers, and it was hard
Yeah.
because this is when Ray Rice was still there, and then Muhammad Sanu was still there. So like they had a lot, Kenny Britt, like so. But that student athlete life, it ain't no joke. So
Nah.
I asked you next, then like with that, what did you learn about yourself in that phase?
You
Like
just
being away from your parents too. I'm not, you know.
you just learn how to manage overall. Like you learn that you gonna have certain time for this, only a certain amount of time to do this. So you're gonna have to balance everything out. You're gonna have to balance. Oh, I only got this amount of time to do this much work, and then I only got this amount of time to do my basketball stuff, and then I only got this amount of time to do whatever. I just want to chill or whatever. So you just gotta balance. It's all about managing your life.
Yeah, that's a fact. It's a fact, and it's hard when like I'm assuming you went away from your parents, your family, around this time, or
Nah,
you kind of like what was that? Where did you go for college? Like talk about your college experience. Like where did you go? Because we kind of skipped over that. Like how was that process?
um, it was I didn't really like the process because I didn't really have a lot of picks. I didn't have a lot of choices to choose from, and I didn't have a lot of interest in like from other coaches or other teams. So I just uh I just went with my mentor Dougie Peoples.
Dougie Peoples.
He
Okay.
is Evan Kelly's uncle.
Yeah, yeah.
He had basically connected me with Fisher College, and he told me that they was interested in me and stuff like that. So I went on a visit, and I liked the school because it was a nice little private school. It was in the city of Boston. Everything in
Okay.
around the area was nice.
Yeah, yeah.
The other school I had visited, it was Nyack, but I didn't like that school because it looked like I wasn't going to enjoy myself. So I guess only had two choices. It was either Nyack or Fisher College, and I just chose Fisher College because it looked like I had a better experience. I was gonna have a better experience going to Fisher College instead of Nyack.
Instead of Nyack.
Yeah, just because of the way it looked, the surroundings, and how the each schools had different policies, different rules, and I didn't like Nyack. Some of their policies I didn't like some of their policies, but I like Fisher Colleges, and I don't know, it's just a better
Okay.
pick for me.
Word, word. So do you, in that process, because I know a lot of colleges like to exploit athletes, like did you get a vibe that any of the colleges like that were interested in you just kind of wanted to use you for your athletic or I
Um,
mean, even though it is an athletic scholarship, but did you get that
uh,
vibe?
yeah,
You did.
because I figured that I was the best player
Hmm.
after the upperclassmen had left.
Yeah, yeah.
My first year, actually, I had redshirted, so that was the year I was going to play, but I didn't have the SAT scores
Mm.
or the GPA requirement to start as a freshman there.
Okay.
So I just redshirted that year, and I actually did pick up against the upperclassmen, and they realized how good I was, and I was just keeping up with them.
Mm.
I was really busting their ass. So so they was like, "Oh yeah, he's the one. This is like he's
Yeah,
that dude." But I didn't like take it to the head or nothing like that. I just took it as, "Oh yeah, I could definitely use this as leverage,
yeah.
and I already know I'm gonna get what I want
Hmm.
with the coach if he likes me that much, and
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
I'm gonna be the best player on the team. Why not?"
Word. Okay, so with that whole college thing now, and because you're done with college,
Yeah, I'm done.
you're done with college. So, um, why not from college? Why do you think that it was harder to make that next transition to like the G League or the NBA? Like, we'll
Um,
talk about that and why it's so hard. Because a lot of people don't know that process. Like, they see it, they think it's easy, but thousands of athletes that don't make it. So, talk about that.
I think it's harder because one, if you done with college and you don't have no interest from overseas or from a GM coach from the G League or the NBA at that, you just gonna be a regular person just floating around trying to get your name out there,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're just gonna have to go to combines. You're gonna have to go. You could do. Well, I'm doing the. I signed with a promoter,
Okay.
and he sends me out to events that he has set up in overseas like DR, Guatemala, Nicaragua, um, and places like that. But other than that, it's a hard process. It's not an easy process. You're not gonna just sit
Sure.
there and be picked
Yeah.
like that. It's not gonna work like that. Like you
Not
really
gonna
gotta
work.
try to get your name out there. You really gotta go out to different places. I had went to two G League trials. One was in PA. That one I like because it was less people. I would say it was about, I want to say maybe about 30 to 40 people trying out for the
Wow.
D League team. And I like that one because you got like the coaches can actually see
Mm.
who's playing, how they playing, how good they are versus you seeing a whole 150 people.
Yeah.
That was the one in Brooklyn I went to for the Nets.
For the Brooklyn Net. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
for their
Nice.
D League one. I didn't like that one because it was way too many people there.
Yeah. We had spoke before. You said it was a bunch of courts split up.
Yeah, it was. I think it was. They split up about four four courts over. It was over 150 people
Wow,
trying
man.
to try out, and
That's
it was just.
over 150
Yeah, it
people.
looked like a whole bunch of chaos.
That's crazy, man. Oh yeah, so it's hard, hard. Just
Yeah,
this is a D League team or G League now.
yeah, G
A
League.
G League team. Imagine an actual NBA
So
team.
like,
This is
how do
crazy.
you expect to be seen
Mm-hmm.
if there's 170 people in the gym?
That's
You
insane.
really have to like be that guy in there. Like you really have to do something spectacular for them to really have that eye on you.
Mm-hmm. Man. So that's the struggle right now. So Okay, and we already went over like so. That's kind of why it was. You're in the process of it now, still trying to make that next
Yeah.
step. Okay, so then talk about right now. So what is your current life looking like right now? Like
Actually,
what is
right
that?
right now, I just been working, trying to get money.
Hmm.
I haven't really been training like that because I haven't had the time because I've been working, trying to pay bills and stuff like that. So it's
Yeah.
kind of hard for me to balance that right now.
Hmm.
But I've been I've been trying to think of ways how I'm gonna maneuver. It's all about balancing your life, really.
Hmm.
You just gotta work on managing.
I know too. Before you would do little leagues on the side, just to kind of stay in shape.
Yeah,
Like, and for instance, you used to ball with this guy named Sharad, who will be our next guest on the show.
yeah.
Sharad. So, just talk about how that is, like how that, or not even necessarily Sharad, but just talk about like just those leagues and how that helps with
um,
everything.
it depends what league I go into. It depends if it has good competition, then it'll definitely keep my skills up. But other than that, I use it for cardio to keep my stamina up.
Okay, okay, okay. So, like, what's the latest league you've been in on that tier?
The latest one is in Danbury.
Okay,
It's at the War Memorial.
nice, nice, nice.
Yeah, we actually have a championship game this Wednesday. Yeah.
So it's every Wednesday you guys play, or
Yeah, majority every Wednesday, or sometimes it'd be Friday, Monday. It depends.
is Shalad on this team?
No, he's not. He's
Okay,
I don't know why, but he's on the lower league.
he's
I
on
told him to bump up, but
yeah,
he don't know what team to come to.
yeah. Okay, okay. Is there anything foreshadowing about Shalad before we move on to you again? Because I know he's going to be our next guest. So just anything you would want the audience to know, maybe about a particular incident
Oh,
with his head.
yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah, I gotta hear this.
when I was little, I don't know what it was, but I just remember walking into his house and I just see a head stuck like between two rails. I'm like, what? Who is that? I look, it's Sherrod stuck, his whole head stuck between the bars. He's trying to get his head out. And that joint was just so stuck. He was crying, trying to get his head out. He had to call his dad, told him to
And
come
this is
over here.
Shalad, right?
Yeah.
For the audience.
Yes.
Okay.
Who told him to put his big ass head in the bars anyway? Like, something wrong with that man.
We had to get that in there. I'm sorry. So, um, moving on. So, back to Tyler now. So you are getting ready to go overseas. Is this correct?
Yeah, but I don't know exactly if it's 100% sure right now.
Okay.
I'm still communicating with my promoter to
Mm.
make sure it's 100% legit and making sure everything is in order. So I'm just waiting on his word.
Waiting on his word. Have you
Yeah.
played overseas before?
Yeah, I played in Nicaragua, Guatemala, and DR.
Nice. All right. So, one obstacle any athlete coming from America would have is the language barrier. So, talk about that. Like, how was that communicating with your teammates, especially when basketball is such a vocal sport? You
Um,
know.
sometimes you know what they kind of like trying to tell you,
Hmm.
so you just figure it out. Or sometimes you have somebody that speaks English.
Okay, which helps.
Yeah, so
Which helps.
I just fortunately had somebody that spoke English.
Hmm. On
So
each of the teams.
yeah,
Cool, cool. I mean, and that's, I mean, it's not like English isn't a completely lost word. Like
not
it's
yeah.
known.
And one of the players is actually from America,
Oh, okay.
so he knew both languages, so that pretty much helped me.
That helped you.
Yeah.
Word, word. Yeah, because I know that could be frustrating if you're trying to like, you know, do any type of rotation and they really don't understand. Unless you use gestures. Was that usually what you would do?
Uh, nah. Actually, I would actually run over to the dude who spoke Spanish. I was like, "Yo, tell him to do this. Tell him to do that, yo. Tell him he wilding, or tell him he not doing this. He need to do that." And that was the only way I was able to communicate with him.
Word, word. That's funny. That is funny. Okay. So, Mr. Schuler, are you a taken man? Do you have a girlfriend?
I do.
You do.
Yeah, I do.
Why you hesitate?
Because
All
that was the question. I was like, "What?"
right.
It was just
Well,
a curveball question.
curveball
That's
question.
what that was.
So, well,
That
it's
threw me off.
no. The reason why I asked you that, because, and we did talk about this. It's having a relationship. How would you deal with that if you were to go overseas? Like, would she
Um,
be coming with you? Would you guys just do the long term relationship? And at our age, as we start getting older, and this is the time where we may actually start finding that person.
yeah.
How do you deal with that?
Um, it's either you tell her what the real deal is,
Hmm.
or you just let her go.
You let her go. Okay, so the real deal being like
Like
this is what's it's.
if this what you want, you're gonna have to deal with me going back and forth from
Hmm.
state to country.
Okay.
So
And have you had that talk with your girl since you went on like Nicaragua?
I never really had to do that because I didn't have a consistent girlfriend at the time to
Okay.
be like, oh yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. So it's either you're gonna ride with me or you're not. I didn't really have to go through that.
Word. No, and I'm only on this because like that is not just you. It's a problem a lot of athletes, women too,
No,
would
yeah,
have. Like, especially if you are going pro, and this is looking like this is gonna be your
yeah.
life and your career.
Yeah.
Like maintaining that person is really it's an over to underrated topic. Like people need to talk about it. So
I mean, it's because people have trust issues. People
mhm.
have. That's what it mainly is, to be honest. Trust issues. It's either like, is my significant other gonna do this while he over there, or is he gonna be a good person, or is she gonna be a
Yeah.
good person? Like,
Especially if you in Connecticut, you live in
yeah.
Connecticut
And
and you
then you
out
hear
in LA.
all the rumors about being a pro baller. So you're
Yeah.
gonna get that extra glow of you, and the girl's just gonna be on you.
Hmm.
So it's either you gonna brush them off, or you gonna take them in.
That's it. All right, man. So, okay, so we kind of went through everything with your life and everything. Where are you right now? And and if you and I'm talking about mentally, like where are you with just life? Are you actually? I'll ask you that before I ask this next part. Like, where are you right now currently?
uh,
And let me add a second layer to that. And are you at a place of peace right now? Like, even if maybe career wise it may not be going your way, or like how are
uh,
you with everything?
I wouldn't say I'm at peace. I know I could definitely be successful in some type of way if it's
Mm-hmm.
not basketball. Um, I know I could do better than what I am. I'm not saying I'm doing bad, but I could definitely do better in life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but no, I'm not at peace.
Okay. Okay. And maybe I shouldn't have said peace, but you know what I'm saying.
No,
Like there's
yeah,
like a
I'm not. How about I'm not content? I'm not.
okay.
I'm not happy just being. I,
Nor should you, but it's like one of those things. It's like with athletes, it's extremely hard, man. It's like really hard. So that's I'm like, and but what I'm trying to do too,
yeah.
with my,
Nah,
my whole
yeah.
thing. It's but if
Everything
you
is a
got
process.
is it
That's everything is a process.
everything,
You
everything.
just gotta trust it. Whatever you want to do, just keep going with it. If you don't trust in your process, then why are you doing it?
Facts, facts. So then, the second part to the other question is like, if you had to start over, what would you change?
Uh, I would change probably how like my work ethic as a young person
Mm-hmm.
when it came to basketball. Um, Probably a couple decisions I made. I don't know.
Mm,
I don't know
don't know.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's every experience you've had. I mean, it's made who you are.
Nah, yeah.
Good and bad. So
It's kind of hard for me to tell you what I would change because I don't really regret nothing. Like
okay.
if it happened, it happened. That's because it happened for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have too many things I would change like drastically, but maybe like little things.
Little things. All right, all right. Well, I mean that's natural. Everybody's gonna have those things that you just. I know I do that you want to get rid of. All right. So tell me about your diet, an athlete's diet, and a workout plan. How do you like? You may not do it all the time, but what are things you do when you do work out?
When I did work out, I really didn't watch what I ate. I just made sure that I did eat. I ate chicken. Sometimes I had salads. Sometimes I had burgers, fries. A lot of food you shouldn't be eating as an athlete, but I did it anyway.
Okay.
And then to work out, I would actually just go to the gym, get a lot of shots up.
Hmm.
Sometimes I would go in the weight room.
Okay.
It depends how I feel because I don't like it. I don't like the weight room, but I know you should be in there if you're trying to get big. But
You know, so why
I
don't you
would,
like the weight room?
um,
Just a like you
it's
never.
just it's just a I don't know. I just didn't like the process of lifting weights. It wasn't entertaining to me. Like
Mhm.
lifting weights on the machines, that wasn't fun to me.
So let me ask you this: what about calisthenics, like lift, pull-ups, dips, push-ups, abs, like crunches? Like, how do you feel about those? Where it's you versus your natural body weight.
Those is cool.
Those are better.
Yeah, but I didn't really do like my own body weight. I would actually use the machines, even though I didn't like to. I would use the machines. I would use medicine balls. I
Mhm.
would use the bench press. The bench press was the most thing I hated.
I think most people can agree on that.
Yeah.
All right. So even now, like right now, just even if you go to the gym right now, you just no weights, or you do it, you
No,
just
right
don't.
now, no, I'm not going in the weight room.
So then, what would your workout be right
It
now?
would probably be more like a Jamal Crawford type where I'm doing pickups a lot and I'm just
Just
running
balling.
around. Yeah, just naturally balling against people.
Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of people say they prefer like not even ball, but just like even if it's racquetball, tennis, something where you're moving and not just on a freaking treadmill. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
mean, for cardio, like people prefer to do that moving around, like playing ball and stuff. You know, where it's not so you forget you're even moving. You're just so
yeah,
focused on what you're doing.
yeah,
So is that kind of what you get from that?
yeah. Because you're not thinking about being tired, or you're
Where
not thinking about what you trying to get out of what you're doing. You
trying to
just you
score.
just yeah you just doing it.
Yeah, that's what I like about it though. That's why I need to start balling again. Um, all right, so then tell me about so back to when you did play overseas, and or even when you were in college. Like, talk about your actual family, like your mom, dad, brother, or whoever is in your family. Like, how was that? How was the support system?
It was cool. They would call me, ask me how I'm doing.
Hmm.
They would ask me if I needed anything. Majority of the time I was good.
Hmm.
My promoter had me set. I had a nice hotel I stayed in. They fed me
Hmm.
3 meals a day, or whenever I was hungry. To be honest,
Word.
uh,
All on the house, like
yeah,
financially.
yeah, all on them.
Must be nice. Uh huh.
When I was hungry, I would just call up one of my people that was taking care of me, and they would just come by and give me some food.
That's the life, huh?
Yeah. Or if I
Um.
wanted to like go out, I'd be like, man, I'm bored here. Could I like go to the gym, or like could I go out and we just ride around in town?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what we did.
That's crazy, man. I wish I had that. That's And what kind of food are we talking? Out of curiosity,
Uh, I did a lot of.
was this
I was
healthy?
trying to find like a lot of food that looked like American food.
Oh, I keep. Yeah, this is overseas. We're
Yeah,
talking.
yeah, it's overseas.
Okay. Okay. So the food there was were there a lot of misses with the food, or were there a lot of hits?
It was half and half.
Half half.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing. You go overseas, man. You don't know what you're gonna get.
some they had some good stuff, but
Yeah.
I was tired of eating the same thing because I'm not a big eater on like trying different things.
Hmm.
I like what I like.
That's true. All right. Um. So I mean, for you're a ball player, a little older now. Do you have any advice for like younger ball players or
Uh,
players that are coming up?
my advice is if you really want to do it, just stick to it every day. Don't take no days off.
Hmm.
Go in the weight room. Just pretend it's a job. Like you really want to get paid for it. So just
Hmm.
pretend it's a job. So at this moment, you're not going to be getting paid for it at the time. But once you put the work in, and by the time you 18, 19 years old,
Hmm.
you get that college call. You get that after your first year of college, you get that NBA call. Now you're making the money
Hmm.
off of what you just worked for throughout that whole life.
Were any emotional advice like on like friends, maybe girls, or or, I mean, we're not just talking to men either. We're talking to females too, but like just young athletes, like romantically, friends wise. Like, how do you like make sure you're picking the right crowd, or do you like what do you anything?
Um, I just make sure it's always good vibes.
Okay.
I try to find the good vibes in people. If I don't feel they vibe is good, then I just try to stay away.
Hmm. Word. Okay. All right. So, cool. And is there anybody, as you were coming up, did you admire or try to pattern style of play or just how they carried themselves? Anybody like that for you?
Um,
Athlete or non-athlete?
Before he actually got hurt, it was really Tracy McGrady.
Mm.
I don't know why. Maybe because that was the person I was named after, who I got my name from.
Mhm.
Actually, I liked his game. I liked like how he played.
Mhm.
His swag was smooth.
Yeah, he was better than Kobe. I mean, it's crazy.
Nah, yeah, I believe that if T-Mac didn't go
I'm
through what he
joking.
went through,
Uh-huh.
he would have been one of the greatest ball players.
Yeah. To me, he still is, honestly. I mean, short
Nah, well,
lived,
yeah,
but
what he did definitely puts him up there as one of the greats.
that's what's up, man. So that's it though. Like anybody else?
I like Rudy Gay because
Mm.
he's not like a high favorite basketball player. Not everybody likes him.
Mhm.
That's why I kind of like favored myself towards Rudy Gay, and I like his smooth style of play.
Mm.
He was a quiet dude on the court, aggressive dude.
Mhm.
If he was going to the hole, he was gonna bang on somebody.
Still is banging on people.
Yeah, but his knees getting old now, so I don't know.
Yeah. So him being from UConn, did that help anything, or it's just
Uh,
a school?
that too kind of did help because I rep CT.
Mm-hmm.
So since he came out of UConn, it definitely gave a upper edge for me to favor to his side.
Mm-hmm. I got to shout out Ray Allen. I'm sorry. My favorite ball player of all time from UConn, and playing for my favorite team of all time, the Celtics. I know he went to Miami after, but just random shout out. Sorry. Random shout out. Okay. Sorry, Jared. Okay. Okay. So Rudy Gay and
Yeah.
anybody else?
I guess you could say Michael Jordan. I always bought in his sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
They were comfortable, and he was just so dominant on the court. Nobody could stop that man. So
Yeah, that's a fact. All right. So I mean, we pretty much are good, man. It's just like going forward. You're just gonna just keep working hard and trying to make your dreams happen. And any closing remarks that you want to say to the people or any young kids or anybody?
whatever dream you got, just chase it. Don't listen to nobody. Just chase your own dreams, and you're gonna get there as long as you believe in yourself.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Just believe in yourself, and you will be fine. Nobody can tell you that you can't do it because they are not you. They don't have your DNA, and it's that simple. Uh, so shout out to Jared Williams. We are going to okay. Shout out to Jared Williams for getting this podcast started. It's called Light Up Sports. Follow Light Up Sports, light.up.sports on Instagram. And um, yeah, give us a follow. And this is just the beginning, first episode. And yeah, thank you for having us, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and tune in for next time, by the way. We have a very special guest, Sherrod. Sorry, Sherrod, for talking about your head getting stuck into the rails, but that was just the best segue we could think of to introduce you for our next podcast.
My bad, cousin.
See you next time.
My bad.
Peace out.